This is Talking Bullish,
the number one Bradford Bulls fan podcast.
We're your hosts, Laura Micklefield
and Alan Raisin.
We're back after a week off, and we're back in Super League.
Woo-hoo!
So this will be an IMG and Super League special episode. There's plenty to talk about, so let's get on with it, Alan.
Absolutely. And can I say, I have missed you, Laura. I have missed doing this, missed the listeners. There's been so much going on over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, a lot of speculation. So it's really good to know for definite now what is going to happen in the next season.
Yeah, we were always planning kind of to have a week off, but it's gone a little bit longer because we wanted to wait until obviously the IMG results came out and everything was out there, because we thought there'd be a lot more to talk about. And yeah, I think we were right.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
where to start?
Well, top grading, I think that's where to start. So,
yeah, 10th.
Out of all the B-graded teams, is that what they call them?
Yeah.
We are the top. So, yeah, 10th place in the IMG rankings.
Yep, a score of 14.81, B-graded club, and 10th out of the 12. Well, what a meltdown it was on social media.
Yeah, no one seemed to like us.
No, not too much. And yes, a lot of this is a travesty, and I'm boycotting Bulls games, and I can't believe this has happened. But I think, obviously speaking on behalf of the Bradford Bulls fans, I think we're pretty pleased.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, definitely been a while. I feel like I can't even remember watching the Bulls in Super League anymore. And at the time, to be fair, I was quite. I was younger. I'm saying quite young. I'm older, but I didn't have a season ticket at the time. I just obviously watched them on telly at that point. So it's the first time I will have a Super League ticket for Bradford Bulls. Yeah. That is such a nice thing to say, and already purchased as well. So
excellent. Ready
and raring to go. And I think we're going to convince Alan to be a season ticket holder this year.
Yeah, we just need to convince my significant other.
We'll do it. We'll wear her down.
Yeah, absolutely. And 20 years after Bradford Bulls lifted the Super League trophy, it got announced that the news got announced. So that was quite fitting, I thought. Nice round number and all that.
Yeah. Very, very poignant as well.
Yes.
So whilst we're talking about, obviously, the IMG and the gradings and such, let's just finish off from the season. Obviously, when we last left you, we were talking about our loss to Toulouse, which seems ages ago now, and obviously in the past, and obviously it didn't really mean that much. But let's just say a massive congratulations to Toulouse for winning the championship, and also a big congratulations to York for a fantastic season in the championship. Obviously, I think they were the ones to beat, and obviously just unlucky on the day. But yeah, it was a strange final with a lot of penalty kicks and such. But congratulations to Toulouse and to York for getting to that final and obviously producing a quality championship match. And on that note, congratulations that they both join us in Super League as well. So that's brilliant news. I think it was definitely the right choice. I was just talking to my neighbour. We were talking about when Bradford went up, and he was kind of not as negative as the people online, but was very much like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, why can't we just have promotion and relegation like we did before? And in fairness, I kind of agree. I do like the idea of promotion and relegation. And then spoke to him today, and he's just like, so the bottom team went down and top 1, 2, 3 went up, so it's just like promotion and relegation. So we've gone through all this kind of stress of the IMG scoring and the points and all the rest of it, and it's turned out that obviously the top 3 clubs went up, but the difference,
just as it should be.
Yeah, just as it should be, which feels right. But obviously we've kind of importantly made the top 12 to get the full funding, which is the big thing, the big difference, I suppose, for us. But it is the rules. It's how you scored on IMG. We've scored higher than the other teams, and as much as I think every other fan I seem to talk to, well, not talk to, actually the fans I've spoken to are quite pleased Bradford are back, but they're my friends. But the ones, the anonymous people I don't really know on social media are obviously not very happy about it. But at the end of the day, a big congratulations to the team, to the backroom staff, to everyone who's been obviously on the field playing and behind the scenes at the Bulls, and obviously to Jason and all his team, because without them and without them doing all this, we wouldn't be able to say that we're back in Super League. So brilliant job, well done for them.
And while we're going on the congratulations, we did enjoy, you and I, watching the Super League Grand Final. So congratulations, Hull KR. They did a blinder. I think that was a good match.
Really enjoyed it. We watched it together, didn't we, Alan? It was a good game. I was back in Hull KR because it was nice to have a different person winning, and sometimes nice to see somebody beat Wigan. Not that I've got particularly anything against Wigan, but as in they seem to win a lot of things, so it's nice when someone new does. And big congratulations to them, and big congrats to one of our faves, Zaribi Doro. Obviously wasn't in the squad on the day, but obviously part of the Hull KR squad. But if they're not using him, now we're a Super League club. You think we can tempt him back?
Maybe.
Let's hope so. But in all fairness, big congratulations to Hull KR, and hopefully, we'll be having some good matches against you next season. Hopefully some fans will turn up. Not everyone will boycott Odsal, as it seems online. I do know there is actually plenty of fans I have spoken to who are happy to see us back, and will be coming to matches, and happy that we'll be bringing fans to their home grounds as well.
Back to Bradford anyway. So, we've got the IMG breakdown here. So it looks like, performed very well across the board. Fandom slightly down. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought our podcast might just push that up a little bit.
It does make the difference. To be fair, I did listen to Jason's speech about the kind of the gradings, and it says everything kind of went up across the 5 pillars apart from fandom, but that's only because they've increased the digital thresholds. So obviously the goalposts have changed on that, which is why the grading changed.
Oh, and is that why there was so much noise online about clubs buying social media engagements?
Yeah, probably. I don't know if it was something to do with that, but it did say obviously because of the change in digital thresholds is the reason that went down. I don't think it's that obviously there's less fan interaction, because it seems like there's been more interaction this year, so it must be something to do with obviously how they've measured it. But obviously increasing everything else, we've gone up in performance quite drastically, but that's because it's from the last 3 seasons. So obviously the season before, if you included it, we finished quite far down the table, whereas this time it'll have been on third. That jumped up. Finances is a really good one to jump up as well, an increase of 1.5 in that, so that's brilliant.
A near perfect score, 4.25 out of 4.5.
Yeah, so obviously really kind of turned it around with that. So that, I think that's a massive pat on the back for the people who are in charge of the club at the minute. I mean, I know there's a lot out there about Bradford, and I know there's a lot of people moan about it, but as a Bradford fan, and I think most people will agree with me, it's not actually the fans' fault what goes on at the club, and we've spent so long with just bad news and let's say administrations, liquidations, down to right to the bottom of the league. Fans that have been there, stuck with them, it's finally it's paid off for us. We've got some good news here, and it's brilliant to see that we're getting a nearly perfect score in finance, because obviously that's the thing that's dragged us down before. So I'm really chuffed to see that, to be honest. And
looking at here, the community score looks a bit strange, but the stadium one, we didn't score too badly, 1.8992 out of 3.
Yes, so they've managed to increase that a lot as well, 1.1181 apparently, higher than last time. And this has been the big bone of contention, I think, for everybody and his dog on social media. Just the state of Odsal, can you believe this is Super League ground? It's not that bad. I mean, look, I know sometimes the pictures don't flatter it. I know sometimes from the stock cars, all the clay and all the rest of it isn't great, but it's one of the oldest grounds in rugby league. It holds the biggest attendance record. It's nostalgic. It's home. It's not as bad, I think, as people make out. Yes, it's a bit behind the times. Yes, it needs a revamp. If there's someone out there wanting to pump lots of money into it and make it state of the art, of course, I think everybody, including the club, would be really pleased to see that. But at the end of the day, it's not as bad as people make out. And I think a lot of the people commenting have probably not actually been to Wadsall in a long time. And yeah, you might not like it, but we do. But yeah, I wouldn't say no to it being developed either. And luckily, I've done some stuff. I know there's a lot of hardworking volunteers that have they kind of painted all the gates up. I think that was last season. Painted all the like the terracing bars and things. There were people that came and cleaned all the seating down. We've had, like, obviously all the new ones. The Batter card took over all the new signage, and yeah, there has been things done. And obviously the things that have increased the IMG score is the new Harry's bar that's at the back of the main stand. Also had the big screen and the gantry. So, and like I say, last season, the last game of the season, the electronic advertising around the edges. So look, we're trying. You have to work with what you've got. It is an old ground. It is a bit, but yeah, it's a bit unique. And yeah, what's wrong with? I know they show all these other ones like, oh, I can't believe these didn't get into Super League at these grounds when they're comparing it, but what looks like a classic rugby league ground like Odsal does, all the rest are your generic grounds. Let's try and keep some of the nostalgia in there. It's not that bad, honestly. Anyone who's not a Bradford fan listening to this, which I don't think there'll be many, to be fair, but if you do, just come along. It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah, definitely. So last time we were recording, we were wondering whether the team would go full time, and yeah, it does seem that is the case. I don't know if that's a requirement, but
yeah, now that we've made it to Super League, we would definitely be full time. I think it definitely is a requirement of being a Super League team,
and so that definitely. Unfortunately means that a certain number of players will be departing.
Yeah, we've had one confirmed already, and yeah, really sad to see this, to be fair. And this is kind of the downside to the positive news of a Super League move, is that you are going to lose some players that aren't going to want to go full time and go into Super League. And one of those is Jordan Lilly. Ever since he came on loan from Leeds, he's just like, he has been Bradford through and through since then. I posted on the socials for us earlier in the week saying that he's given 100% for every game, and like he genuinely has. Like, I know every time we've kind of watched, even if he's had a bit of an iffy game or a down game, or he's even kind of critiqued himself, you can always tell that he gives 100% and he cared a lot about his playing. He's been a cracking player for us, and he definitely has had an influence on getting us back to a competitive team that's got up there to get into Super League. And he always said it was his aim to come and join and get us back into Super League. So he can leave with his head held high, knowing that he's had an influence on that and getting us back into the big time. And yeah, just a big thank you from the fans. I think in general, I think I speak on behalf of everyone, that everyone will miss Jordan in the squad. And yeah, good luck to him with whatever comes next for him. But we will definitely miss him at Bradford. Maybe we'll see him in the stands.
Yeah, well, I know that he liked and retweeted your Instagram post. So if he's listening, thank you very much.
Yeah, so other departures are only rumoured at the minute. It's rumoured that Gill may be on his way to Sheffield, Holmes may be on his way to Doncaster, and also I've heard that Tafua maybe have gone back home, and Armitage may depart as well. Again, don't know if these are true or not. It's one of those where it'll be interesting to see if the club kind of puts out a thing about who is going, who is staying. It's hard to know exactly what the squad is, because obviously I know I went through it on our last podcast about who was signed up for this year, but it doesn't necessarily mean there will be now, because I assume if you signed up on kind of the premise of a championship contract, that it will kind of be, I don't know if it's null and void, or I don't know if it's renegotiated. Obviously, I don't know how these things work, but I think the ones we can obviously assume for certain will be Hallis, Skirt and Hooley, because they signed on very recently, just before the announcements for everything, and obviously were announced as full-time. But I would hope that the Suter and Ox signings also, because I know they weren't as recent as the others, but obviously they were still kind of announced kind of mid-season, where we were planning for this Super League return. So I'm hopeful as well that they will stay there. But as for everyone else, I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's going to be a real shame to lose some of the players. Definitely, like I say, when I saw that Lily had said it was kind of the end of his career with Bradford, it was gutting. But yeah, it's been great to obviously have him on board, and it'll be the same for the others that we lose as well. It'll be a big disappointment, but I think the players even that are departing will be buzzing for the club that they've had an impact on getting us back into Super League.
Yeah. Well, looking to the future, Haggerty signed his first player quite soon into his reign, I suppose. So Andy Ackers.
Yeah, Andy Ackers. Yeah, it's a good signing, this, definitely. I mean, when it was announced, and obviously this was before we knew we were back in Super League, a lot of people were kind of like, does this mean we're back in Super League? So yeah, he's a high quality player. He's worked with Haggerty previously at Salford. And then he went on to play at Leeds. It was quite a big signing for Leeds at the time. And he's definitely a Super League quality player. It's just not seemed to work out for him at Leeds. But obviously, Leeds' loss is our gain. In the last World Cup, I think it was it in 2022? Could be wrong. But he actually played for England as well. So he's a international player. And he's one of those players that when he's in his prime and in a team that's playing well around him, he can shine as much to kind of be recognised on the international stage. So definitely a Super League quality signing, and obviously it's proved with the fact that we're now in Super League. So brilliant.
And then so just recently announced as well, Rowan Milnes, Bradford born and bred, coming home.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm really chuffed with this. It's really good to see Rowan back. It was one of those where he was come up through the academy, started playing first team with us, was really developing into a good player, and then what happens, obviously, Super League spot him and take him, and that's what happened. He went over to Hull KR, and he's since been to Castleford, and I'm not sure if he played a couple of games for Salford recently on loan, but he's played in Super League ever since, and luckily we've managed to get him back at Bradford as a Super League player. So it's brilliant. It's always good to kind of get the players who have come through the academy. I know it's kind of been a thing that Bradford want, kind of some Bradford-centred players to stay and be with the club. And obviously it's always been difficult whilst we've been in the Championship and in League One that yes, we have got this elite academy that produce like high quality players, but the downside to that is that Super League obviously watch them as well, and they tend to go. So to be able to get back into Super League and then obviously get one of those players back, it's just brilliant. So I really feel like he'll really kick on at the Bulls. He admitted himself he's kind of had a bit of an up and down season whilst he's been in Super League, past few seasons, but he's really passionate about being a Bulls player. He was saying that he were on the stands as a fan from like 4 years old, and he really wants to play his best rugby for the Bulls, and yeah, I think he will. So hopefully exciting things to come from him.
And then there's just lots of rumours about other potential big names that could come through. So we've got Ethan Ryan, who we've spoken about at the back end of the season, Connor Wynne.
This one's a strange one. Not a strange one, but obviously we've had Connor Wynne on loan playing for us before, and then he went off to sign for Featherstone, and we released him. So I was surprised to see his name kind of in the mix, seeing as he's a player that we had and then released him. But maybe it's just at the time, I don't know, obviously players' circumstances changed, maybe we couldn't keep him, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that does come to fruition, because he was a player for us and then obviously signed elsewhere in the Championship. So the fact that we're going back to Super League, but I know that he was on the radar for Hull KR, and I think they've kind of backtracked on that. So he might be coming the Bulls' way.
And I guess it's more important than ever to get strength in depth this season as well. So. Oh,
definitely, yeah. I think we'll need cover, and we'll need plenty of people in plenty of positions. That's why I think the Andy Ackers thing is a really astute kind of signing, because if we are keeping Suter, which I really hope we are, and if anyone listening does know that is an actual definite, please let me know, because I'm hoping it is. But yeah, if he is going to play with Suter, obviously, if they're the kind of people interchanging in that hooking role, I think it'll really kick Suter's career on as the kind of younger player, going with someone who's kind of got a bit of older head on his shoulders that's played international. So I do think we'll need several players in the same positions. So speaking of, there's a couple of halfbacks that have been rumoured. Obviously, we've just signed Rowan Mills, but there's also Essen Masters. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if you don't. Joe Mellor and Jaden Nikarima. The Nikarima and Masters from Salford. So there's obviously the connection with Haggerty there. So maybe there's some truth in that. And also with Joe Mellor, I know he played a lot of time, I think, in the Championship for Widnes, but I think he's most recently been playing in the Super League for Salford as well. So obviously the Salford connection with those players may mean that, there may be truth in that. But again, who knows? It's all rumours at this point. And then obviously another Salford player, which is Logan Lewis, which is a prop, which I've done a bit of research on him, and it seems like he's very much a fan favourite. So I'm sure he'd fast become a fan favourite for the Bradford Bulls as well if he did come along. So plenty of rumours out there. Like I said, we have spoke about it before, but I would be absolutely buzzing to see Ethan Ryan back. I think a lot of fans would as well. I think it's kind of the similar thing with what we said about Rowan Mills. It's really nice to get players back that have come through your academy and then come back to kind of thrive with us now, especially that we're in a Super League position. The other one, which is a bit of a bizarre one, and I don't know if this will come to fruition. Again, these are all rumours. But a few people, like I've got my partner's mum is a big Leeds Rhinos fan. And she was the one that texted me actually and was saying like, oh, we've released James Bentley. I think he's coming to you. So I thought that would be really interesting because he just signed a contract extension, I think, this year with Leeds, and then they've released him with immediate effect. So it's one of those where I was like, oh, is it that he just really wants to come back to the Bulls, or is it that he's signed somewhere else and something? But I think diving deeper into it, it's more for personal reasons that he's left Leeds. So I don't know if this signing will actually come to fruition. But if it did, again, another Bradford Academy player that would be coming back to play for Bradford in Super League. And I don't mind that at all, personally.
And then you got down here Carl Foster, rumoured joining the backroom staff as well. So there's some history at Whitehaven and Rochdale. Don't know much about him, but obviously you do.
Yeah, he's. I remember him as a player, and obviously there's rumours about that he's going to be joining Haggerty in the backroom staff. I don't know what this means for like Keith Senior and Lee Greenwood, who are currently obviously in the backroom staff at the minute. But again, I suppose it's just a time will tell. It's a really exciting time to be a Bulls fan at the minute, I think.
And so the season tickets are sort of now available to buy. You can get your early bird season tickets, which obviously come with special perks that you've enjoyed this over the course of this season, haven't you, Laura?
Yeah, definitely. And like I was saying, we're trying to convince you out. Well, you're trying to convince the other half to let you get a season ticket.
Try and convince the bank accounts.
Yeah, but we're trying to make the point that it's much cheaper if you buy a season ticket.
Like I say, go for every game for free as long as I
purchase that one ticket. Yeah. So, but no, luckily we were straight on it with me and my dad and my nephew have renewed our season tickets. So we're definitely back there this year. And yeah, like I said earlier, it's I don't know, it's a bit of a bizarre feeling really to be a season ticket holder of the Bulls in Super League. It's just it's really a great thing to say. I think every Bradford fan knows what it feels like now after all these years of the heartache to be back in Super League. It's just a really exciting time. I think there was kind of news from the club that they said that they have made, I think, around 6 or 7 signings, probably the ones that we were kind of talking about that might come through. We might get some surprises. But I think they're going to be releasing these kind of day by day over the next few weeks. So it will be really interesting to see what the squad is going to look like and what comes together over the next few weeks. So I think there'll be still plenty to talk about. So hopefully we can probably we could witter on for half an hour each week, I think, Alan, if we kind of keep the podcast going over the off season.
At least every fortnight, should we say? Yeah,
maybe every 2 weeks. We were just saying that we have actually missed doing it last week, and it seems to be that kind of a couple of weeks in the off season is actually a lot of time for a lot of news to come out.
Seems so.
Especially obviously with all the IMG talk. It's just been I've just been kind of glued to my phone as soon as I've come home from work, just looking at what everybody's saying and what everybody's thinking. But it's like I say, it's a really good time to be a Bradford Bulls fan. So hopefully you've enjoyed listening to us again, and happy to come back to do a podcast in the off season, and hopefully you'll think it's worth a listen to us if we do a few over the off season, ready for the new podcast for this Super League season.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget to tell all your friends now that we are a Super League podcast.
Yeah, that's what we should say. Just say we were the fans podcast, which we still are. We are for the fans, but we should say Super League fans podcasts.
Super League Bradford Bulls, come on.
Yeah, Super League Bradford Bulls. That sounds so good to my ears. Let's just let's hope that we get a good team together. It is
far too early to start thinking about how we might do this season, but let's just enjoy the moment of the news being 10th place. And obviously alphabetically first in the list of teams as well, so that's obviously an advantage. Yes, let's go. Let's get some really good signings, get a good off season together. I presume there'll be some friendlies in January, so get your season tickets bought, and come on you Bulls.
Yeah, come on you Bulls, definitely. Can't wait, really can't wait. It'll be brilliant. Super League Bulls.